y'all. So
Shalom, Kahalayimla, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, a great millstone who taught me his truth. And shalom to the
this message is for all
144,000
my
and the elect. I'm Zaim, and this is another video entitled Too Late to Be Sorry, Esau. I'm going to let this short clip play, and I'm going to bring out some precepts, and that's going to be the video.
I'm sorry, y'all. So this message is for all my black Americans, the true Americans, my black brothers and sisters. I just want y'all.
I want to stop there because we're not black and we're not white. That's a social construct that was made up by the Edomites. We're not black, we're different shades of brown, and they're not white, they're different shades of red.
No, I am sorry, man, that white people came to y'all land, stole y'all land, and enslaved y'all. I am sorry about that. There's no doubt about it. That shit was wrong and should have never happened.
It was meant to happen, it was prophesied to happen, and we're going to get that in Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Let's see. Yes, this was prophesied for us to go into slavery again. So we're going to get that in Deuteronomy 28 and 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. So it was prophesied for us to go back into slavery because we didn't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments and didn't fear Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai and didn't follow his commandments. So he put curses upon us. 59. Then the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai will make thy plagues wonderful and the plagues of thy seed. So which means our fathers, our forefathers, their sons, their granddaughters, their grandsons, and it keeps going on. Even great plagues and of long continuance. See, it keeps going on from generation to generation. And sore sickness of a long continuance. 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which are waste, from which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. So all these curses will come upon us for going against being disobedient and going against Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. 61. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. So even the plagues that wasn't written in this book, some different plagues, what not new though, but different plagues, they will kind of come upon us too until we be destroyed as a people. 62. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. So we were numbered as the sands of the sea, as the stars of heaven. But being that the plagues have attached themselves to us, it had begun to draw us down in number. 63. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess. 64. And the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So we will be scattered into all these other nations. Russia, China, Portugal, all these other nations will be scattered among these people. 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. So when we go and get scattered among all these nations, we will not find any ease. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, because we'll be in captivity. 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have no assurance of thy life. Because when we was in this captivity, we didn't have any assurance of our life. We didn't know we would live today, die tomorrow, die today, die tomorrow. What they would do to us, cut your hand off if you try to run away, cut your feet off, rape you, kill you. You didn't know what would happen to you. 67. In the morning thou shalt say, would Yahweh it were evening, and evening thou shalt say, would Yahweh it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. 68. Here's the point. And the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And America is synonymous with Egypt because it is a place of bondage, where we have been captives in captivity. And the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai will bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, which is our homeland Israel, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Let's go back into the clip.
But unfortunately, it is a dark period of history that can't be erased and can't be forgotten and shouldn't be forgotten. But I want y'all to know, man, I can't speak for everyone, but I am sorry for those said crimes that was committed to y'all. And I do believe that your ancestors should have got some reparations for those said crimes. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, I want to let y'all know, not all white people was with that. I am not with.
No, the reparations will be the nations, and we'll get that in Revelation. Let's go to 10. The reparations will be your other nations, because it says Revelations 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity, which were the other nations that led us into captivity, shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword, these Edomites, must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Let's read that in the NLT. Anyone who is destined for prison will be taken to prison. Anyone destined to die by the sword will die by the sword. This means that Yahweh's holy people must endure persecution patiently and remain faithful. I didn't like that one. Yeah, let's get another scripture. Let's go to Zephaniah. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Because when Yahweh sends Yahweh Shai back, that is when the captives will no longer be kept in their captivity, and we will possess the other nations as our captives. But it says here first, Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, until the day that I rise up against the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Yeah. And there was many white people that didn't want no part of that. Therefore, we had a civil war. So y'all could be free. And I understand y'all ain't free still to today. But once again, I'm sorry that white people is fucking horrible people. But we're not all that horrible, man. We're not. And I love everyone. I don't give a fuck what color you is. Hell, you could be fucking purple, green. I don't give a damn. As long as you show me respect, I'm going to show you respect. And we going to get along just fine. And we need to really start thinking about this shit. Look at the world that we're leaving behind for our kids, our grandkids, to try to fix. We need to say, fuck this shit. And we need to figure out a way to fix this for them.
There is no way to fix this. The only way to fix this is that the blood that was shed must be shed. Well, let's get there, the numbers, before I butcher it. This is the only way to fix this, what Esau has done upon the nation of Israel. Numbers 35. Let's see. Because they have polluted the land with the blood of the Israelites. Numbers 35 and 33. This is the only way this shall be reversed. Well, not reversed or made. It's the only way that it shall be made righteous and rightful and better. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. The Israelites' blood have defiled this land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So these Esau, these Edomites, they got a lot to pay for. And the only way the land can be cleansed is by the blood of him that shed it. So that means that these Edomites' blood has to be shed.
You know, we let it get this bad. You know, our ancestors, our grandpas, parents, they ain't done shit to fix it. But now it's our time. And are we gonna do the same thing? Gonna push it off on our kids, our grandkids, to where they may have another civil war?
And it will be another civil war. It will be another civil war. It will be a race war. And let's get that in 2nd Esdras. Let's see. Bear with me. Silaki for that. 2nd Esdras, there will be another war, and it will be one nation against another nation, people against another people, the people with money against the people who doesn't have any money. And we'll read it here, 2nd Esdras 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another city, one place against another, and one people against another, and one realm against another. Let's go back to the video.
Like I said, Black America, I get it. I understand. I'm not asking you to forget what happened. I'm asking you to forgive what happened. Not forgive the people that done that, but don't hold us all accountable for what a few select people did to y'all.
You will be held accountable, because what your fathers did, and your fathers before your fathers, and your grandparents and great-great-grandparents, you're all actually them coming back in the reincarnation. And you will be held accountable for the sins of your fathers. And like I don't know if he may be a Israelite or not, because he kind of seem like he may be, like he might be over the tribes, but he might just be, he might look white, but he might still be an Israelite, but I don't know. For now, I'm gonna say that he's an Edomite, and they will pay for the sins of their fathers. We'll get that in Numbers 14. Numbers 14. Let's start at 17. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilt, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So just because time has passed, and y'all say that it wasn't y'all and it didn't happen in y'all generation, you're going to pay for the sins of your forefathers, just like we paid for the sins of our forefathers, or which were really us back when we were on the earth and we did wrong and we disobeyed the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and we didn't fear him and we went off. We still have to pay. So which means y'all have to pay. If the Israelites have to pay, then of course the wicked has to pay as well. Let's go back into the video.
We're not all bad people. And there's many of people like me that love y'all. I'd go to war for y'all. But
I don't believe that, because they might say that they want to go to war with us, but they have had a perpetual hatred. Let's get that. So, perpetual hatred. Let's get something else before we get that perpetual hatred. Bear with me. So, give me a second. Yeah, so you can't trust these Edomites, though they said they want to fight with you and be your brother or your friend. Don't believe them. It tells you here in Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and 11. We'll start here. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not altogether been wiped away. So his wickedness can't be wiped away, because the wicked will always be the wicked. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come near a wild beast. Because if you play with a snake, you get bit by a snake. They are the wicked. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? And we all know that they're not going to fight with us or fight for us, but with us, against us, because they have had a perpetual hatred against us. So we can't come together. There won't be a coming together of our children and y'all children, because y'all have had a perpetual hatred against us. This is Esau and Esau and Jacob. Let me see. Get that in Ezekiel 35 and 5. No, we won't come together, because it says here, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, Ezekiel 35 and 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir. Mount Seir is a people before it's a place, which is the Edomites, and the blood shall pursue the Edomites, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, so the Esau Edom shall be slain. In thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword, and I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai.
We need to fix this, and shit, we need to do it soon.
Shalom.